We're live. Yeah, just turn that down.
Did you even know you were captain?
Hey?
You got told after the fact.
No, we got nothing. Should be able to.
He's your old Paddy.
Try again.
He is old.
Round Marty 4 lacrosse.
Marty.
Can hear you, not Craig.
Just grab the other one. Just yeah.
Marty.
Testing 1, 2.
Bring it on, Reg.
We're finally there, Sheiks.
We are. We're
Welcome,
back.
welcome.
Microphone
Can you do
up
Reg?
and working. Good to see everybody with us here at Bear Park for Gala Day, Burnside style. Miller Reserve on a Sunday afternoon.
sure you
Quite
grab-
unfamiliar, Marty.
Yes, Sunday afternoon. But the sun is shining and it's been a beautiful weekend for their gala weekend. Obviously only one field.
Yeah.
So we really do need to
You don't have to wait, Dan.
spread the games out, so to speak.
Oh, I thought you were going to say spread the seed of the grass out, throw another ground.
Yeah, right.
Well, that would
I'll
be good.
remember that.
But I heard the bowling club was a little bit too expensive to borrow
I'll remember that.
to purchase. So we'll
Prime real
have to
estate.
work. Very much prime real estate.
Since when?
But this is going to be a cracking game. Burnside just
Anger
coming off
management classes.
a 1-goal victory against North Eagles.
We all need them.
Um,
All right, gentlemen. Lovely Sunday afternoon.
against, the North
Already
Eagles.
work tomorrow.
You
Let's
know,
play
very,
lacrosse.
very tight affair, and North Eagles are turning to be the team of the day, really.
Team of the day, team
Right,
of the
let's let them play.
round, week, year.
Yeah. So nothing but 1-goal games so far in their first 3 games.
Between the three of
Doing
us.
well.
It's-
It's a nice story. We just
We're gonna be pretty
we
good.
hope that the girls can pull it together
I'll
and
just try
be
to set this up
competitive up
early.
there in the State League Women as well. So just in case the viewers at home haven't picked up, that's not Tony.
Let's
Watts.
make this really
That is
easy, you
the
two.
one and only.
You guys are going to obviously be taking the majority of
we
these
managed
face-offs,
to
right?
have somebody else on the deck. Hey?
Let's just set it up right every time, and we'll get you guys going as quick as we can, all right?
Yeah, you'll get to hear me today, which is a very weird thing, but
You good, Cam?
normally I'm just
Alright.
barking in your boys' ears.
Set.
But
Mm.
no, it'll be good to be on board. And as we see
Work it out,
the
work
boys
it
in
out.
the face-off, Will
Possession!
Holt and Louis Dow,
And the
and it'll be a good battle. See who gets this. Yep. So possession was called there, but Burnside get the first possession here as Chris Nicola.
Be a big day there for young Will Holt at Glenelg up against Louis Dow, the medalist from last year, Marty.
Yes, very surprisingly. Did a great job through the centre last year.
Just missing out on state team selection too. But I'm sure.
Yeah, I
Louis
think
Dow will
injuries
bounce
may
back.
have been a bit of it, and work-related issues may have been a bit of a thing.
Okay.
But they've got some of the new North Eagles boys in for the face-off, which will be a very big one, and that is a series that's coming up in just a few weeks. I know you're travelling over for it, Sheiks. I'm over there as well, but it's going to be a really good one.
Bit of movement off ball, Burnside. Just in a feeling out process. It looks like Goodridge up the top there being matched up by a transfer in. Kezavan. Now I've lost my volume.
Sorry.
Goodridge goes down the lines here on the left-hand side. Double coming. High ball and a collect from Dan Evans, and Glenelg will now look to slow clear this ball out. Griff Capella on the far side will have all the time in the world to get a free clear out almost. Gets a break up field. And that looks like Jack Price, who has some long pole attention inside to Keesing, trying to make something of a slow clear, but they pull out, and Glenelg will have their first array at cage down at the clubroom end.
Yeah, so who are going to be the, I guess the big ticket items? Who's going to win the game for both sides today, Sheiks? So Glenelg, who's going to be, as we see, Jack Price split dodge, and it's a great little pick up by Benny Robinson, and
I think it's the save there, Marty, that done it. And Harris fakes his way 1-2 and gets a quick break. Nicola now out to the races, but Price is back to Glenelg back in numbers. Oh, look at that inside.
Bad slide, but they've Griff's got the knockdown.
Bit early on the bad slide call there, Marty. It was a
Well,
good slide. He knocked the ball down. It was a
Nathan
turnover.
Arscott was very, very open on the backside, but to Griff's credit, he certainly did get the knockdown, and ball goes back the other way. So back to the game breakers, Shicks. Who from Glenelg's going to be the ones that are going to be the difference in this game?
Well, it's a team game, team sport, Marty. I know you like to go for the individuals, but I don't. It'll be the whatever defense cracks first, I guess. Glenelg a little bit more inexperienced down back than what Burnside probably are, but Burnside very, very strong systematically down there. Looks like they're matched up pretty appropriately at the moment, Burnside. So both teams can score. Low scoring year this year. 10 seems to be a winning score. So
well, 4 was a winning score yesterday.
Yeah,
I know you're a bit probably a bit dirty about that yesterday.
Even the good teams are only scoring 8 and 9s, so it's not a lot to be.
So do you reckon it might be first to 8? You reckon maybe?
Yep. Yep. First to 8 could only be a 2-goal game. I reckon 2 or 3-goal game.
Yeah. So as we see Glenelg pushing the ball around here, they probably look to initiate with Jack Price, who tends to be their really initiator, and that's a great cut by Nickel there, an even better save by Jarek. And Dan Evans with the cleanup. Now, if you're on the socials watching at home, either on YouTube or Facebook, get on board, send us a chat. We know there's going to be one certain T. Watts certainly on board. I think he's a bit bored at home, but we'll certainly hope to hear from him, and hope you're doing well, Tone, and we hope to have you back on deck soon. As we see, got the defense spinning, but a great save by Jarek there.
3 massive saves there, so Jack Jarek on fire early, flag up, so Burnside will get a free clear out. They can throw a Hail Mary here just to try and force something if they wanted. Umpire still has flag raised. That looks like
this will be a turnover.
Leave it, Jess. Leave it, Jess.
Turnover.
Hear it from Bogger here.
It'll be extra man, I will think.
Checking the goalie. Capo.
So we're just having a chat with Cam
Cam.
Adams and Bogger here.
Yeah, number 2, Brody Nickel, just checking the goalkeeper on the way through there.
So I might just have a listen here. I'm not sure whether you guys can hear
Sorry,
this at home.
who's already
Sorry,
sitting there?
keep talking while
Who's
you
sitting there?
interrupt.
Take that number.
Sorry.
It will be a 30. Checking the goalkeeper.
So no,
Top
we can't
centre,
hear
Cody,
anything. It
top
looks
centre.
like, we've got Braden Munn up there on the cameras.
Back
today.
up, Keith.
Braden, just give the crowd away.
Cam's got, umpires,
Can't
ref's
get
got
us
it.
either, so
We'll get him on board soon. Just working through.
first man up.
First man up. Now Kieran and Goodridge have been really good for the Bears so far this year. Jimmy Goodridge would be up there with the leading scorers.
2-man wheel. They're going to slide and roll. Glenelg not playing a string style defence. Now it looks like they are. Popping out from the crease. A lot of moving parts. Nice shot from Dawson. Couldn't find. Gets a rebound back in. And Watts gets a piece of it finally. Slips out the back. Gets another hold of it. Keesing off the bench. Teams are even, but Dawson has got back nice and quickly to cut off any sort of fast break. And Keesing now will
Coming round, Benny.
look after possession for Glenelg as they go man apiece. So 1-3-2 for Glenelg, and they'll look to rotate through the short pole defender at X. Keesing now, and the newly acquired Kyle Williams. Robinson down to Jack Price, who looks to be the initiator through X there. A couple of cutters go through. Todd Bartlett's got the slippery stick today. He's dropped 2 or 3 that's come towards him already. Can't quite get the ground ball. Poles are all over the place there, and that's another turnover for Glenelg down that back corner. So Harris for Burnside will bring it back in. And there is a little bit of mayhem. He's missed the mark there with that pass. Very ordinary pass for a player of his ability. Keesing down through, drawing Robinson. Another good save. Might have been off Harris's stick. Well, Jack Jerrick was there as well. So
now they've called that Glenelg. Cam Adams took the time to make sure everybody was around and then make the decision. So very good work by Cam down there. But did put everyone was going the other way.
That's another one. So Todd Bartlett's got holes all in his stick today. Fast start, fast start, fast start.
Yep.
Is that number 2, Adam Phillips?
Yes, it is Adam Phillips.
Oh, he's looked like a long polar there too.
Yeah.
Horrible pass. Out to Williams on the turnover. So there looks to be a very slippery ball. Not just terrible skills at this point. Maybe nerves, Marty, maybe nerves.
Maybe.
Robinson gets high side, the sniper, and Todd Bartlett finally collects one.
Oh, tink, tink, tink.
Good catch, good crowd catch. There's a $100 gift card coming their way, courtesy of 180 Finance or tradvc.com.au. But that gift card, we'll find out who that lucky player is. This is better, Marty. The cloud cover down here at Bear Park.
Yep, because we are staring straight into the sun, and it's with this late start to the State League games, we have seen the sun be a fair bit of an issue pretty early on in games.
We have so big isolation up high drive, but driving to the two shorties and Morton off the pipe, but Jack Jerrick looked to have that well covered as well.
So really strong start by Jerrick here. He's I reckon tallied 4 or 5 saves already.
Big ones too. Yep, good start from him. Bartlett likes the idea of having a short pole, but Nicola's up to the task. Subbing up, Evans comes on. Morton had his shot, subbed out. Nicol now through X. He's got the other short pole, and that could be Robinson slipping inside. That's a huge save off the shoulder. Jack Jerrick down at the clubroom end. Very good start for Burnside. Isolation high now. Looks like Price again on the shorties. Gets separation, but shot goes wide. And as we can see down there at the clubroom end, happy 40th birthday, Sooty. And it looks like his old man, happy 70th, Smokey. The Dawson family, rockin' party tonight.
There's a few games between those two boys. So I think Smokey got 500 or something like that, and Sooty's got a fair few under his belt.
And Todd Bartlett again knocked another one out of bounds. He's having a horrid start down there. How much more can Coach Lawson take? 4 turnovers. Nice, slow, steady clear here. There is a free man upfield for the Bears.
Probably just targeting who they want to carry the ball and who they know they can put pressure on.
So this will work out just nicely for Burnside, though. I would think that they're in no real rush. As much time they can take out of the game, the better, as Nicola just puts the Jets on and beats past 2.
We've got a timeout there.
Coach Ryan will call timeout. Might be our first chance, Marty, to talk about our... now you're finally on the microphone. You better be able to talk about the sponsors.
Oh, yeah. So we have 2 amazing sponsors this year in Trad VC. So that's their 4th year being involved with us. And as I said, they're one of the big reasons why we're able to bring you all the action. So
building a huge foundation, aren't they?
Oh, yes. And they've had plenty of sales through it as well. So those discount vouchers that you've been handing out. So
might have something special coming up at half time today too. I'm just getting a message through from Ray Lane.
Yes. What, another special was it?
Well, she said wait till half time for a Sunday special.
Yes, absolutely. But yes, tradvc.com.au 8376 3639 if you want to get involved or get any of your home improvement needs that, and just top-notch quality.
It could be financed by 180 Finance too.
Yes, so our other sponsor this year come on board, Chris McGurr from Woodville. And how good's that? You know, you get yourself a great deal, and on top of that, you can actually
Been the
kick
rule forever.
$250 back to your club
Been
just
playing long enough, come on.
for saving yourself a bit of coin. So, you know, that's $250 towards your, towards your club, and, you know, plenty of savings towards your home improvement with Trade VC.
Here he is, the birthday boy, Sooty Dawson up the top. And you can hear there the offensive change around as Goodrich couldn't get the handle on that. And Kesavan will pick up an easy ground ball. And an easy turnover, so that's a coach killer. Timeout call, bit of a change of offensive set, bit of a settler, hoping for the first score of the game. Bad pass, turnover. As Cody goes for a bit of a trot. He's got the K-man on the far side as he carries over. Glenelg down into attack, and that ball to Robinson. Robinson finds a little pocket on the bottom corner, and Jack Jarrett couldn't get the stick down in time.
He's been good, but finally won through the cage. No replay on that one, unfortunately, but we will have a look at what's going on. Yeah, really good start from Glenelg. I mean, the scoreboard is only 1-0. But it's a good start so far.
Well, it's been an ordinary start, Marty. There's been 4 turnovers down there. I'm sure the coaching staff will be pulling their hair out. They should be 4 or 5 goals up, but turnover after turnover after turnover. Nothing great there from Burnside either. On a slow clear, couldn't somehow stop make the transition. But anyway, 1-0 Glenelg. Will Holt. And Lewis Dow again comes out the back with the ball in the back of his stick, but getting it into the front of his stick is the problem. And again, Harris gets a good piece of it. Chris Nicholas doing a lot of work early on. And he'll have Harry Walsh alongside him from the Glenelg team as Pat Palmer chasing down, looking for a bit of a gravy train, but couldn't get a hold of it. Arscott will settle, and Sandow, the chief, will... Got the business socks on today too, Kieran Sandow. Slightly off-white colour, I think. Either that or they have
beige, the bone, and the ivory.
Off-white, the white, yep. He hasn't, he needs to get onto the Omo, I think. Pumped to the crease, knocked down by, might just have been a poor pass. But Glenelg again now, so they'll see if they can make some transition here again. Looks like Walsh will collect, the young Harry Walsh. And I'll tell you what, the sun is very ordinary from this side of the field, Marty. It's streaming in. The 3:30 time slot, I mean, is that, how are people feeling about that at home, the 3:30 start? I don't know if we're getting much value out of it, are we? Are we getting any?
Would love some feedback.
Yeah.
Hit us up on the socials if you think it's a little bit late, or, you know, whether we're having our premier grade affected by this much by the sun. But, I mean, it's another one off the bar. I'm not sure whether that was off the helmet as well.
Yep, off the scone.
So another good save by Jerick.
Dialed right off the badge. As Robinson looks right and comes back left.
Now, is this Williams' first game, or did he have... so he didn't play against it last week. So this is his first game for Glenelg, as he'll be looking to try and find his feet.
With some interesting loan conditions we're told through the grapevine. 1 year loan, and then we'll see what happens next year, I guess. But yeah, another club there. But that ball goes to the crease. There's a lot of activity on there. There's a lot of heavy hitting too. Jack Jarrett. Crease infringement.
Yeah, that's a bit of a smart play. If you're that close to the crease, the 3 metre rule allows you to come through, and as long as you hit them legally, bump them into the crease and get a free possession.
Never been a more greyer area, has there, legally? Nice outlet pass there. That looks like Williams, who's done a lot of, Phillips, normally running around with a long pole, but just enjoying his time with the short as Arscott gets inside. And
that's a good save.
Golfing partner Watts kicks out. So there we go. We talk about the 2 bottom teams having a 3-4 game yesterday. That's a 1-0 quarter to the top 2 teams. 2 of the top.
Yeah,
so top 2.
We've got 2nd and 3rd here today, which is pretty good so far. And
I did remind Steve, he told you guys.
we might just we just noticed a bit of an issue with our scoreboard. It's just around the wrong way, but we'll get that fixed up as we go to hear a bit of a word from our sponsors, if we can, and what great sponsors we have. So
It's a lot harder out here than I think the boys thought.
My name is Chris McGurr and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new Lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. Do money today.
Back. So both coaches spending a lot of time in the huddles there, just trying to work things out. Probably offensively, Glenelg need to hold on to the ball a little longer, you would think, with a couple of turnovers early. Burnside, probably not as penetrating as they'd like to be with a couple of turnovers also, but the transition game for both teams is alive. Goalkeeper's doing well with Cody Watts coming up trumps late in that quarter, but Jack Jarek off to a very, very strong start, probably registering 6 or 7 good solid saves. So Dow and Holt. Holt had a great game last week, wasn't it? Last Saturday night down there at the opening of the Sturt facilities. Will Holt for Glenelg, but Lewis Dow so far has his measure. Quarter 2. Action. Dow again gets good possession, puts it in the bucket, flicks it out. Phillips just watches a couple of subs shoot through and looking like a real long polar with a short stick out there. Throwing that tough ball through. And Arscott now will just get the boys set up as Nicola across to a slight isolation here. Goodridge's been in good form early. A nice inside pass and a good shot off, just wide of the cage though there from Caparossa. So both teams looking to isolate through X. A little drive hard up the back corners. Comes back left. Good D there by Luke, the 6v6 Australian superstar. A nice big power cradle gets him out of trouble. Runs down the outer wing here. Back inside is Kesavan, who has no one picked him up. Robinson inside Nickel. Kesavan, so 2 more big saves there for Jack Jarek. Fantastic. Good ground ball. Excellent work. Pushing the back there. That'll be called. And that gives Burnside a free outlet. Where Glenelg had heavy numbers on the fall of the ball. Didn't need to do that. Price.
Come back.
And we're just waiting for a restart here. And Nicola on the far side again. Nicola will look to cut him off, but Nicola gets through and down the back there to we've got wearing the 17 is Matty Caparossa. So 1-0 Glenelg's way. Early in the second quarter here, Dawson collects and Nicola's gassed. He'll need to hit the gas station and refuel. Arscott down to Caparossa at True X now. Looks to be Kieran Sandows. He goes right, left. Dawson picks it off the floor, and that looks like a is that 38? Not sure. Well, it could be a Billows or a Sandow takes 1, 2. Good sliding there by Newman. Ball goes on the deck and the poles are all over it for Glenelg. Watts out the back door. Upfield, Ben Newman not looking anywhere, but a nice weighted pass. Gets into trouble. Spins out. Price. Captain Evans, and he will slowly carry the ball down as Burnside are back in numbers. Robinson with that looks to be O'Connor actually with the long pole. Harris is there. 50 is Keats. Down there it's 38. Could be Kyle Billows, I would think. Moving pick called on Robinson. Really isn't affecting play, and it's a nothing call, but there you go. Let's get technical on a Sunday afternoon. Robinson obviously seeing red, firing away at the keeper there, and Harris just wanders past Price. So nice, easy clear again there for Burnside. Both teams seeming to get the ball from down back up front nice and easy as Harris offloads to Nicola. And Chris Nicola will bring the ball down for Burnside once again. Just doubles back inside, but Adam Milne good enough to dispossess. So that's a nice little...
Get it out to open. Benji Newman just turns it over there.
Hard ball to get. Dawson, of course, the hardest of all, comes up with it out the back door. Nicola's got a little spot here. Capella Ding on him and looking for some space as Billows brings another defender to him. Pretty sure that's Billows. On the score sheet says 34, but I reckon he's wearing 38. It looked like Kyle Billows to you?
Yes, it does certainly look like Kyle Billows. And I haven't seen a 34 out there yet. So
Sandow up the top, just taking charge. Looks like a young, I think it's a Sam Seacamp. It's a Seacamp of the S variety. I think Tom is out there with a long pole, 35. But Dawson, Burnside roll into a 1-4 they like to play. Plenty of time with ball and stick here, so good control. Ryan Taggart just subbing through and getting some new numbers out there as Phillips, the ground ball specialist, sits himself on the crease and rotates high. So he's well involved in the offensive rotations. Adam Phillips. Dawson now will pop out from the crease and Phillips goes back inside, almost unattended. But good control here. Phillips now with Price on him. Quick offload back to Dawson, Capella. Sandow with Milne.
just directing the traffic here as he tries to drive to the cage.
Oh, a good double there.
Great up check there. And Benji Newman looking to come back out. He'll probably come back to the keeper here.
Watts, Harry Walsh back inside to Capella setting a pick, and that'll be another easy walkout for the Bays. As
Stop on clock! Timeout what?
a whistle called and a timeout Glenelg.
Yeah. And Shix, while we're here, obviously our lovely sponsors, while we've got a bit of time to have a bit of a chat with them. Our 180finance.com.au. You can get in touch with Chris 0480 311 301, or if you're actually listening here, you can go and see him yourself because he's here. He's been here all day, watching his son play and having a chat with all the Burnside folk. I think he's made it out to just about every day so far, gala day so far. And remember, if you want to get some money toward your club, as well as save yourself some money, do make sure you get in touch with Chris. Go and click. I think he's got another head. So we gave one away Anzac Day, and he's got another one to give out over the next, I think, month or so.
It does. Nike CEO 2, if that means anything to you.
Yes, no, it's a pretty good men's head.
Yep.
And you can do it if you're here, have a chat with him, register your interest with him, or you can go click online for a health check, just fill in your details, and you'll be in the draw for that awesome stick. So it's great to see Chris really giving back to the lacrosse community.
Back to live action halfway through the second Miller Park Burnside. Glenelg 1-0. Nice wide spread here from Glenelg as Williams ducks right, comes back left, and Phillips.
Another great save by Jarek.
Away. Jarek has been fantastic, and that looks to be Tom Seacamp. Harris couldn't get a tough ball to be won here. Sticks everywhere, but out the back there, Tom Seacamp picks up what he started, but just ran right out of bounds. Lost the handle of the steering wheel thing and just kept going.
Yeah, probably needed to give that up just that little bit earlier.
So Williams down to Robinson. Todd Bartlett's got the catching stick out there this quarter. Price takes on Seacamp. Early double from Harris and a bad pass.
Might have been a little bit of an upcheck there, which from Harris, who's going away with the state team again. Obviously just announced on Friday night. Really good slide there.
It was really good doubling there. O'Connor
really puts the pressure on. And it's always been a power of Burnside's, or their biggest strength has always been their really strong defence. You know, keep a game close, you can always win it.
So Brody Nickel, Todd Bartlett, Luke Keesing, he is high. Williams again, right. We'll call. I thought it might have been a shot, but I will say it to pass to Nickel out the back, kick the ball round. Harris on Price 2, Poles come 2. Robinson open, the sniper. Goes opposite corner and hits Jarek on the shoelaces again. Slips one through, 2-0. Ben Robinson 2, Burnside 0.
As we see here on the 180 Finance replay, you know, drew the double, got it up top, drew 2, straight over to Benny, and he hits that bottom corner, which did a really good job. So
wasn't a bad slide. Keats, I think it was, who slid early into the path of Price to help Tom Seacamp out. Robinson obviously experienced enough to find himself some free spaces. Lewis Dow's making light work of Holt in the inside as he flicks it out the shovel, puts it in the bucket. Nicola collects one. Good D from Evans. Great D from Evans with a short stick there. Ball goes to ground, and that looks like
as a bit of a young kid, but seems to be finding his feet and doing a good job.
Transferred out of Brighton to seek greener pastures. The Seacamp family, so it's good to see 2 of them out here today playing State League lacrosse. 2-0, Glenelg v Burnside. Dawson, the ball goes down low, Arscott to Sandow. So Sandow really trying to play himself into this game. Marked pretty tightly by Pat Palmer. Looks like he's got the job today. Oh, sorry, that's Sandow now. Nicola down low, wasn't it? So Ben Newman collecting with a double trying to come. Didn't. Good control from Sandow, who'll push it across to Nicola. Goodridge pops up. Wants to have a crack here at Cage. So not a lot of movement off ball for Burnside at the minute. Just still trying to crack the egg and get there first for the day. Nicola down to Dawson, who's got the short pole and will push hard. Robinson usually pretty good. Nicola collects the loose ball back to Dawson. Now Dawson goes to Sandow, who doesn't mind the shade by the looks of it, Marty. Just cooling down a bit, cooling the jets a bit. Robinson says, Benny Newman says, let's play some lacrosse. Dawson, Robinson. So Morton, the other short pole defender out there as well for who are we playing? Glenelg. Caparosa pushing hard down the lines. Good D from Morton. Good shot. Watts has the collect, and Jeremy Morton just ran into trouble there, didn't he? But A loose-ish clear into space from Watts, and Dan Evans good enough to collect it and brings it down. Looks like he's hatching it. Doesn't want to give it away.
And we finally managed to actually get Braden up on the mic, who's pulling double duty today. So feel free to jump in on special comments whenever you feel there, Braden.
What can you see from the high seats, Braden?
Get him back soon, because he's right up high on the steps at Burnside, giving you this lovely views. Oh, that's celebrating before you catch the ball there. Seen that plenty of times in cricket, Shicks. Or do you always take them deep into the mitts?
Oh, I try and put the gloves on, Marty. Makes it a bit easier. Don't have to think about too many things then.
That's why I did it for many, many years, Shicks.
So Jack Jerrick, oh nice, oh dear. What should have been a nice easy outlet there. Tommy Seacamp, he's been fantastic on the ground balls. Glenelg get an easy turnover, and now, oh, they just had to.
Well, again, Jerrick just taking one on the face mask.
Goodridge, it's good to see Jimmy Goodridge back at full flight. Oh, the whistle has gone, hang on a minute.
Timeout.
Transition, lacrosse, timeout called. It's not like Burnside are threatening in the 6-on-6. You think you'd let a little bit of transition go, Marty?
Yeah, certainly. Give him a little bit of a go. You want on the sidelines there. Shicks, a bit of a slow start to the game, but it's probably what we thought might have been the case with the strength of Burnside's D, and just a few uncharacteristic errors, just causing Glenelg not to be at their best and keeping Burnside in this game.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not the right man to ask about it, Marty. The state of the game, goal scoring wise, right across the board, it's just been finding itself getting lower and lower and lower. Watched the game out of WA last week, a 5-2 victory as well from two.
Which you're obviously over with the Nationals with the Aussie under 19, 20, 21, 27 team, whatever it is now. Excited for that?
We are really finally having some action, so chomping at the bit to see if our defence is good enough.
Yeah, so how many South Aussie boys have we got in that squad, for those that aren't aware?
We've got 4 in the team, no longer a squad team. 4 in the team, and then we have 1 alternate as well, so a non-travelling alternate at this stage. But plenty of lacrosse coming up, so anything could happen. Close to going away. It must be 80 odd days, I think. Now the boys are all counting.
That's going to be an even bigger one. Massive international lacrosse coming up. But yeah, our girls will be getting a really good run out at the Nationals, with every single women's squad player playing in there. I think Trish might be able to correct us. So how's our socials looking? Have we got plenty of people on board, Chicks?
We do, Marty. We're getting to Burnside have come out in their droves for their gala day weekenders. That's a nice solid deflection, soccer style from Arscott, and he's able to cover up Evans. Goodridge there too.
So just a bit of a wayward one by Arscott at the end, and Dan Evans will be looking to take that out.
As that sun just creeps ever so much more into the eye line of us commentators on the far side, you can see how long those shadows are on the players.
Only in the
not
second quarter.
Even half time yet. It's yeah.
Yeah, I know.
The 3:30 time slot may be under review by the looks of our viewers.
Just got a timeout here from Glenelg,
who will be man up. Looks like Arscott's got a slashing foul, so he'll take a minute.
Yeah, so Dan Evans didn't actually lose the ball there, but it was probably an early call with the idea of that Dan Evans probably put himself in a dangerous situation and we don't want extra fouls when we don't need it. So,
We don't care about that stuff, Marty. We want goals.
yes, oh, that is true.
Put himself into all the dangerous positions if it means he's going to score.
Well,
Score.
We might as well, while we've got a bit of time, we might as well wrap the around the grounds so far. So, obviously, the women started Friday night. North Eagles played Glenelg, and Glenelg ran out handsomely. 22. Jess Evans had 5, but a lot of 2s, a lot of 1s. I think there was only one person outside of the goalie that.
It's good that Jess Evans is getting a game in the State League again.
Jess Evans.
That's
Oh, did I say Jess Evans? I mean Carly Evans.
Oh, Carly Evans through 5, far out.
No, Jess Morrison. So,
Oh,
bloody.
yeah, I'm here to keep you on your toes, mate.
Yeah, this is why I'm normally pushing the buttons. But luckily we got Hayden in here today, and he's doing a tremendous job. Haven't had too many replays to hit so far, but
Man upset, and that was well worth the timeout, wasn't it? I guess you need to burn one, maybe.
yeah, have a chat, get your boys rested. Maybe Dan Evans was there, but yeah, game. But we're excited for the second half, just like we're excited for our sponsors, 180finance.com.au. Get in touch with Chris on 0480 311 301 and make sure you get yourself in the draw for that Nike CEO there, as well as get in touch with Traditionals Group on tradvc.com.au.
I just, sorry, Marty, I just clicked over and just had a look at the A-League for those following at home, and full-time 2-1 in the soccer. So just in case you thought you might have been watching the soccer here today, and
so
possibly yesterday,
yes,
2-0, Adelaide United lost 2-1.
on aggregate. Oh, that's a bit disappointing, but we might head off to some of our lovely sponsors, and we'll be back with you soon.
My name is Chris McGurr, and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new Lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. So reach out to me today on 0480 311 301 or email me on chris@180finance.com.au to find out how I can save you money today.
back?
Yep.
Yes, we are. We're back. We're back at Bear Park for the round 4 Teddy Bears picnic. Miller Reserve, Burnside. It's been a good day here. They've put on a nice spread, Marty. A couple of
Good
pop-up
snacks.
tents. Yeah, well,
The
the
merch.
good
If
snacks.
you need any merch.
Good butchers out this side of town.
Speaking of which,
Beautiful.
stay tuned over the next week or two because
Being a
we
butcher.
might just have some LSA merch coming
Butchers?
through our work.
Sausages.
Oh no,
LSA.
sausages, the apparel.
LSA branded sausages.
Well, maybe just put the print in there.
That'd
and,
be good. That'd be good.
Now the other good thing is we finally worked out how to get Braden on board. So welcome, Braden.
Can finally chime in with a few special comments here and there.
Yep.
Yep.
Good vantage point up top of the hill up near the Bowls Club.
Slightly different angle. Sun's coming in a little bit different. I might catch a few things that you boys can't see.
Well, it won't be long you'll be able to see the top of the sun from up there. But 2-0, that is correct. There is no problem with the scoreboard. Mechanics, it is 2-0, Marty. It's been a dour type game, hasn't it? Both teams
Very,
have
very
plenty of
slow
chances.
and very, very lackluster. But to be fair, it could have been 5 or 6-0. But Jerick has done an outstanding job to keep the score as it is and keep the Bears in it.
Yeah, Robinson, the goal scorer of the game. One bottom left, one bottom right. Both times left open on a couple of slide packages at the back door, and he's done quite well, Robbo. But you're right, Jack Jerick has saved a lot. Now, there's a penalty late in that quarter, followed by a timeout with 10 seconds to go. So we're anticipating man up here for a good 45 seconds, I would think, Marty.
Yep. So slash on Ascot to finish the
That's
finish
right.
the quarter.
So nice open wide set here. One at X, one high. We'll see a bit of a rotation coming through in a minute. Burnside usually well prepared defensively, so pinching in from the sides. The ball carries high. Price to Bartlett into a 1-4-1 with the back corner sneaking up. Now Williams pokes out the backside for what could be a 2-3-1, I suppose, but coming right out of the sun there, wasn't it?
Well, it was an errant pass on Bartlett, but he didn't have any issues with the sun with the pass. But we are even here, and a really good thing off the thing.
Off the crossbar. Inside pipe.
Yes.
They hit it that flush, and it bounced straight back to the shooter, Evans. I was just about to say, I'd like to know the actual percentages of goals scored from man down when you are released to even back up.
It's a hold there, but it'll get wiped off, and that's a great drive by Jack Price to break it up to a 3-goal lead. We might, if we can see through the glare, have a bit of a look here.
Yep, Williams high, low. Price has plenty of time there, driving up the right-hand side on the pole. No help coming. So a little sloppy on the help defence, which is what Burnside normally cash their checks in on.
You might think that one-handed little finish there is made up on the spot, but he does it quite a bit at training.
Yep, he does. Becoming quite regular in the game across the country, actually. You see that happen quite a lot. Dow out the back, and Nicola, just having a little bit of trouble when he's coughed it up. So what would have been a
Easy
nice
possession.
yes. So if Glenelg can really trouble the scorer here, this would be a real momentum changer.
Now, have we heard anything from the one and only, the man, the myth,
No, we
Mr.
haven't.
Watts?
No, we haven't heard, seen, or anything from Tony Watts, but he'd be around the place, let me tell you. He would be watching from somewhere.
Yeah. So as we stare through the glare here, as you can see on your screens, we've got Robinson to Bartlett, initiates, flips it back to Robinson, and he looks up high. Price is across to Keesing, who'll look to drive that left-hand side.
Price again, high centre, driving a right-hand side, fires a shot, doesn't trouble the keeper, and that looks to be, I think it's Ryan Keats, 50, who maybe Glenelg have just identified as the go-through man. But Bartlett having a look there, and Keesing no angle on that shot. Robinson drops the handle, and Burnside up and over it. Harris inside, flicks it high. Harassed by Keesing, who picks up the 6v6 Aussie lacrosse legend. Standing goalkeeper too. Marty, I believe.
He has done that a couple of times.
I think he's the backup reserve goalkeeper for the 6v6 team, so good luck to him if he gets over there.
Well, I know he's talking about the start of the season that he wanted to play a bit of long pole. It was sort of the only one that he hadn't really played at state league level.
Okay.
You know, done face off. Oh, Jack Price just selling some candy, walking the dog. As we see Jeremy Morton, and just another possession. They seem to be winning those 50-50 ground ball battles.
Well, I mean, Burnside are causing them, like Marty.
Yes.
Potential turnovers. Round 4 action. Glenelg, Burnside Gala weekend / day. Speaking of round 4, Marty, Chris McGurr from 180 Finance released the 4th episode of his podcast called Our Property Development Journey. Just this week.
And
That's the 4th goal too, so all
yes.
the 4s coming in at once.
Yep.
So he talks and shares the costs of and process for subdividing property. Also gives away the subdivision process flowchart and costing sheet. Check it out on the website, 180finance.com.au. Sorry, as I just read through our major sponsors' advert here, Marty.
Sorry.
/podcast. Or look up on Spotify, Google or Apple. Chris, if you're listening, can you pop that link in the chat, please, so people can get an easy look. Sorry, Marty, back to that replay. I missed it as I was talking about that for Chris.
Yeah, so obviously Toddy Bartlett just getting the ball back behind, taking on the long pole, and just no help there. Sort of second goal in a row where we've had no real help. Louis Dow in the centre there, and obviously getting the ball, but the wingers are just swamping, but Kieran Sando, Silky Sando, ekes out of the pack with it. As, so 4-0 scoreline here. So we got 2 from Benny Robinson and 1 apiece from Bartlett and Price. Now Shicks, we need to see a bit more from initiation from the Bears to try and close this gap down.
Well, I think they've got to be a little bit more selective, like Glenelg have just become in who they're going to on the way to the cage. So it looks like Glenelg have made the conscious decision that 50 is their avenue to cage, Keats, and they'll look like they'll do that. So Burnside need to as well identify their best avenue to cage to help create a little bit of chaos down here offensively, because it's quite stagnant, as you can see. Off ball, not a lot of movement here. And Caparossa on the bottom corner goes to Phillips. Phillips up high. Sandow trying to get something going down the lanes. Palmer and backdoor cat. Caparossa not on, and Arscott will clean up the slops at the back. Sandow marked by Patrick Palmer.
This is a great matchup here if we get a little bit of, but probably just a little bit of respect for Paddy Palmer there as Kieran passes it off.
So here we go, Burnside attacking the shorts, but rolling back inside. Jeremy Morton, great defensive effort, picked up the loose ball and away he goes. Well chased by Goodridge, ball on the footstep. On the shoelaces of Robinson, able to collect. Shoots the ball through to Price. Contested ground ball and comes up with it. Back to Robinson. So we'll have a look here. They've taken Todd Bartlett to X. As Keesing is barking out offensive instructions. Still going at it. Bartlett across to Price, down to Keesing, and they'll go against Goodridge, the shorty, who's usually pretty solid defensively.
Oh, another big save. What's even better is I reckon he's got the turnover.
He has. So first on to the goalkeeper, Jarek, but that shot straight to the breadbasket. So nice easy save there for Jack Jarek. And he's rushed by Robinson at X, but athletically gets himself out of trouble. Trying to get Evans interested as the second shorty, and should be a free man somewhere, and there is, and they'll find him.
Louis Dow takes it across the halfway line.
Doing some midfield work, the medalist. Caparossa just picks someone out the sun. Phillips, Burnside into attack. 4-0 Glenelg, middle of the third. Nice cat by Caparossa, and that there's directly out the sun again. So here we go. We're calling it the 3:30 effect, Marty. It's distorting our great game. Goalkeepers aren't happy. Looks like offensive players at X aren't happy.
Yeah, well, I've had the privilege of at a couple of the east-west facing grounds, and I'll tell you what, she's a tough work in the second half.
What
for all players?
That's a good question, Marty. What grounds are out there that are east-west?
Oh, you got Brighton, Sturt.
Sturt east-west?
Yeah, Sturt east-west. Oh, kind of on a bit of an angle, but certainly pointing north, so it's into that sun. What else you got? North Adelaide and Glenelg. So there's four teams. That,
three. We'll go with three. Sturt's certainly north-south. One end is facing the city, other end is facing opposite the city.
We've got a flag here.
That was an O'Connor too, so not happy with that call. Bartlett just floats one across the crease. Plenty of air in that pass. Evans driving back corner and finding the weakness in Jack Jarek. We might get a look at the Trad VC replay. And Evans here on Harris gets an inside step, and again the slide was just a little late. Harris had good control of his attacking man, but Dan Evans just a little better. So we're just having a look.
Wonderful Scotty Gill was, it's on the angle.
Yeah, northwest to southeast, so that's a Sturt lacrosse club. So we'll give you a half point for that, Marty. 3.5 clubs.
Yep.
Looks like Glenelg found a weak point here. That's 3 in a row around the bottom right corner.
Well, and Benny's two were certainly down low at the first, so, you know, five goals all down low. He might have found his thing. So with holding on Will Holt, and Louis Dow will take the ball.
Man in the box, long pole subbing straight away. Louis Dow just left like a, trying to operate in a phone booth. Just needed to run to some space. Ball came out, and of course Nicola is usually always first man at the fold of the ball. But penalty on O'Connor, still running down. No pressure from Glenelg. No pressure from Glenelg just yet. Dawson, ball through
X. Time
X.
just to get Holt off while they've got the opportunity. Bring Evans coming on. Now,
So-
Shix, did you say that there was a bit of an offer from the Suttons with at halftime?
Shade sales.
Shades House, definitely in need of them. Well, they could imagine the veranda that they could put up in front of this wall. We're in front of Justy's wall, for those that know what that is. Obviously, Justin Hemphill taken too early, really. As we see Burnside initiate, but
Sandow, Robinson, up and over, chasing stick. Sandow gets a shot off, but doesn't quite get to Cody, and Capella, and that man again, Chris Nicola. Sandow, look at the pole swinging here. No, plenty of fresh air if it's. Another one.
no one really wants it here.
Bobbles in. Dan Evans goes to ground, and that's. I'm not sure of that call at all. It's
Yeah.
ordinary call, I would have thought. looked
You
more
may not
like.
like it, but according to the letter of the rule, that is allowed.
I think if we have a look at that again, he's dived on it himself. No push in the back there at all.
Yeah, I mean, it should be like that, but unfortunately, once they're on the ground, they are a protected species.
We're playing the ball on the ground. One hand off the stick. Happy to challenge him, Marty. As you know, I do. Stop sticking up for the referee.
It's one of those ones that you don't necessarily agree with. It's probably a bit like the footy. If they duck their head, they kind of lose their thing. But as said to the letter of the law, that is the way it is. As we see Luke Keesing here, driving left, shooting, little bounce shot. And interestingly enough, Glenelg get the back up. Now, Friday night, Burnside actually had their 70th anniversary dinner, which by all accounts was well attended. A few people from interstate. As Bartlett on the feed from Morton, just down low once again, hitting those bottom corners, and it is Bartlett tallies his second goal as we head to the replay here. You just see off the turnover or the restart here. We may not see it. I reckon we might run out of time here. Yep. But a lovely little feed from
Jeremy
Morton to Todd Bartlett, and a lovely finish right down in the bottom corner. And let's hope we see a bit more of that from Todd over the June long weekend as our SA Red boys look to bring home some silverware for the first time in a fair while. And what's the call? Withholding there again. So they've gone defensive in the face-off there, and it's not quite working for them. So jumping on the hands of Louis Dow, trying to slow him down. But Bogger's calling him there for it.
6-0, Marty, and they're changing up strategy, putting a long pole in the face-off.
Yeah.
Rather defensive, isn't it?
Ooh.
Especially when they have a young 17, 18-year-old learning the ropes in the face-off there.
Yeah.
Got to go up against the best at some stage. You can't shield these kids forever.
Yeah, well, maybe Henry's just working on the backup plan when he comes up against the A team of Stock and Woodford. Just having an extra thing up your sleeve. But yeah, you know, you got to take as many faces as you can to learn your tricks of the trade to get there. So, but it is 3/4 time. We might hear a word from our lovely sponsors in 180 Finance and Traditional Group.
My name is Chris McGurr, and I'm excited to be supporting Lacrosse SA in 2022. Our goal is to provide 50 property loans and save our supporters $50,000 through refinance. For every new Lacrosse supporter loan or refinance settled, your club will receive $250 in sponsorship, and if we hit our target, that's $12,500 going to Lacrosse SA clubs this year. So reach out to me today on 0480 311 301 or email me on chris@180finance.com.au to find out how I can save you money today.
We're back. Fourth quarter action. Just got a barrage of text messages during that three-quarter time break there about Lewis Dow in that last face-off, with the common theme being maybe they'll just transfer him in.
Transfer him in where?
Not sure what that means, Marty. A lot of people just saying maybe they'll just transfer Louis Dow in. What does that mean?
Not sure. The Illuminati must be getting pretty good on that one. As we start fourth quarter here, Louis Dow once again winning it, but losing overall as the midfield boys, and there's some bruises going to be happening from there, but Kai Williams holds on to the ball brilliantly and gives Glenelg another offensive set. But as he cut through to the crease, and we've got a turnover back to Burnside as Nicola takes the ball.
Yeah, I missed that, Marty. I was just trying to make sense of those couple of messages, text messages I got. But good handle from Williams, wasn't it? But or yesterday. So it's a celebration of the Dawsons here at Burnside with Father Smokey. Looks like turning 70.
Well, he was born the same year that Burnside was founded.
Well, you could argue that he is Burnside.
Yeah. Cars might have something to say about that, but
of course. No, theoretically speaking.
As Sando takes it from behind, a lovely little quick shot, but matched very nicely by Cody Watts, and Pat Palmer looks to take the ball up and away. And will he go to goal? I'll keep cutting, Paddy. Love to see a long pole goal.
Burnside back in strong numbers, so that cut off the fast break scenario. And that sun is getting a little better now as well, so got a few viewers coming through now. Marty, love the microphone.
Oh, as Keesing just turns, fires. You'd say blindly, but he knew where it was going, and just beat him on the hip side, on the right hip there. As we have a look on the replay, hopefully
Luke wasn't blind, but the goalie might well have been.
Yeah, well, that sun was right in his way. I know he's in the shadows now, but that's an absolute ripping shot. You know, down at the hips and below seems to be the MO on Jerick at the moment. You know, gets his head in the way a fair bit, and does a really good job there. And some great camera work there from Braden. So
another good question coming through, Marty, is concussion protocol for goalkeepers. Is there one in our game?
Oh, there's a break there, and Burnside goes away. It's sort of, for goalkeepers, it's sort of the same as any player. I certainly know as an official, we look for a player if they see to get hit in the head, and there's any sort of concern there, we will certainly.
All right. Long story short, because the message here is that is there any correlation between Jack having that massive head save earlier and then the floodgates opening? Maybe.
Maybe. So, but I think they also have changed their shooting positioning.
That cradling error.
Ascot loses the ball behind the goal.
Capella pushing hard on the back corner. Ascot usually got a good handle on him, and that sun is right in an annoying spot.
Brutal.
So Sandow will drag Adam Mill nice and high, centre. Drives the line, Capella doubles. Ball movement a little slow to get out the backside.
Ascot was very open there on the inside. And some good, solid body defence. The ball comes up and over.
Just in our live chat section there, looks like 180 Finance has put a link to his webpage. For those of you at home watching.
Is the podcast link there as well?
That is the podcast link, yes.
Nice.
Yep. So jump on that and give him a listen.
And I have to say, love to check in. We had a bit of a chat personally with him, and I found out that my house is worth more than I thought. So that's even better.
Yeah,
so
lovely.
I'll be getting
Appraisal?
Appraisal? Yeah, it's just or the market value.
Okay, yeah.
Was a little bit more than what we thought. So
Beautiful.
it's pretty good. It means I'll be able to go and see Trad VC.
Back in the market soon.
to see whether we can get that extension going.
Beautiful. Well done.
Love how linked that both sponsors in one together.
Well, you need to. You need to.
So, and obviously we do have our sponsors, our level sponsors. So if you want to help Lacrosse SA, as we see Harry Walsh, lovely backdoor cut there, but just puts it wide. Yeah, we got 3 levels, so you can pick up yourself a little bit of apparel, which is coming very, very soon, as well as support our thing for growing at the grassroots and getting once again.
Off stick hip, that's a hard one.
Yeah, off stick hip, off a bit of a screen there too. You see Dan Evans just ducking in and out of the way
get the replay going here
on that shot, but as we have a look here, Evans cuts and clears, gives Price driving space, and then you have a look at him right in the middle here, just ducked out of the way. So there may have been a little screenage on there, but off the off hip, like Braden mentioned, tough one for most goalkeepers. Nice shooting there for Jack Price. 8-0 now, Glenelg.
Can Burnside break the duck egg or the goose egg? And a big
Size of the keeper, unfortunately, to break that egg.
Long ball, Nicola down, inside cut there. It's a hot ball to Kyle Billows. And Keesing scoops through. Back to Watts. Watts looking to get some transition going. Williams getting chased by Billows. Can he create here? Looking to dump off. Good handle.
All the way.
And there's another one for the United Nations.
And that's his first goal as a Seahawk. So, as we see here on the replay, just screaming down, took one, good check, kept the ball and down low and away. So, excellent work there by Kai.
He's great at hanging that stick out, making you think you've got an opportunity, and just pulls it right back.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Shicks around the grounds. Obviously, yesterday we had ETP getting up over Woodville. I know did somebody take your shoelaces off you last night, or?
No, it is what it is, Marty. Unfortunately, 4-3 we went down. Yep. Terrible game of lacrosse. I'm sure both teams will be feeling that. But 4-3, well on these Torrens, got to win.
No doubt.
Might have been about 13-2, I think.
Yeah, 13-2. But Friday night we got 22-4, and then probably the interesting one on the women's side was Burnside getting up over Woodville.
Yeah, interesting. Or
yeah, well, certainly you would have put Woodville as the third place team and the favourite for that one. But Megan Smith celebrating her 200th in style, which was really good. So 9-7 in that game. Leah Duthie turning back the clock with 4 goals on that one. So it was a good one, and it really puts that pressure on Woodville, and shows that Burnside might not be too far away from those top 2, which will be good.
Yeah, Woodville had the going their way early, 5-3 at half time, but a big blistering 5-0 third quarter from Burnside, with Leah Duthie picking up the action with 2 herself, and their import Anastasia out of the Arcos with 2 as well.
Have you finally got the word on that one?
I think that's how it's getting thrown around, and of course the 200 gamer Meg Smith scoring as well in that third quarter, that 5-0 run, which really turned the game, and although Woodville fought back a little in the fourth to have a 2-1 quarter. Burnside good enough to hold on 9-7. As there's our main man just shoots off, Marty. So back to live action, and you really can't see a thing. This is the 3:30 effect coming into play here, as the glare gets a little better. But as you can see, there's not much more we can do, unfortunately. Glaring straight into that sun. We'll probably put on some nice elevator music in the background and let you guys just drift off into the sunset, so to speak.
Well, who's our Trad VC and 180 Finance player of the game, do you reckon?
Oh, you have been best on ground, Marty, today. For my vote.
Yeah, but I haven't been on the ground. Don't know. 9-0. Well, Benny Robinson was obviously very good early. Todd Bartlett overcame his slow first quarter and has been pretty good. Jack Price has been pretty good as well, but yeah, it's sort of been a bit of a team effort. And a shot there, backed up by Phillips. Braden, what do you reckon, mate? Who have you got for...
Kesavan had about 3 knockdowns in the first quarter and finally broke that drought with clearing the ball all the way into the offensive half to get Glenelg their first goal when it was looking pretty worrisome early. He's been very good. Obviously, the defense has kept everyone scoreless.
They've done a great job.
And here we go, another ground ball.
Yeah, keeping Jimmy Goodridge out of the game, which has been really good. So
Tom Seacamp hacking away. Double help comes through from Scott Robinson. Will.
well, we do have a flag up top. Probably
do.
just got him a little bit high.
That was Scott, I think, maybe for the foul. Came in with a straw. No, Tommy Seacamp has broken a... No, he's running out there on the short pole. Well, they really are throwing things
So
around
they
a bit.
called that a hold somehow.
Okay. Yeah, so man up here. Open set again for Glenelg. 9-0 with less than 5 to play. That's an absolute guess, but we'll go with it. 11 and a half to play. 11 and a half gone.
There's that sun again.
12-minute quarters.
Well, that'll be day one of the Nationals 12-minute quarters, Shicks.
Yep.
As we try and cram a big schedule. I think 6 games on that.
A lot of double headers too, isn't there?
Yeah, so on the first day, everybody plays 2 games, which will be very, very busy. Oh, and a good bump there by Dan Evans as Kai Williams, although...
White too with an illegal
I think
body.
Brody Nickel must have got one behind the play, or given one behind the play, sorry, because he's a legal body and he'll have a seat for a minute.
9-0, goalkeeper out of the cage, and you throw a foul like that with 2 blokes sitting on the back corners ready to score an open netter.
Yeah. In about half an hour's time, I reckon we'll be right, or that sun will be down below the fence here, Shicks.
Yep, yeah, the lights will come on. Street lights, that is.
Yeah, now, obviously our next foray into games, we'll see Glenelg and Brighton next Friday night, weather permitting, because I think from Wednesday on there is a fair bit of weather about, but as I said, weather permitting, as we see the shot, and Cody Watts is down there already, and a good stop there. But yeah, on the women's side, Glenelg and Brighton, top 2 teams, and that should be a ripping one, with Karen Morton being back in the side after a week off with injury. And a shot.
She is back in next week?
Yes, according to Karen. She should be back in, which would be good. Just a rest for a week. But that should be
managed, not injured.
Managed, yes. Yeah. Which should be an absolute ripping game, and can't wait to bring you that one on Friday night.
Oh, good setup there. That was a really nicely laid out man up there from Burnside. Got a nice shot off at the end, just wasn't on target. Probably deserved better. Stringing together 6-7 passes offense while that man comes back on to even the contest. Billows top center. Oh, that 330 effect is coming right into play as birthday boy Scotty Dawson. Billows getting some game time. Good to see Kyle Billows back. He's been a stalwart for the Burnside Lacrosse Club. And
Milne just getting that up check, but somebody's got to pick up the ball.
Word of the day, really, for you, Marty, isn't it? The up check. Real fan of it.
If it works.
But you've been on the mark. The 3 or 4 that you have called have all been very, very effective.
So we've got to push here, and it'll be Burnside ball.
Yep. Boys are getting a little huggy at the end of the game. 9-0. Nothing much else to talk about. Goodrich bounces off, shoots low. Cody Watts making a real statement here to the coaching staff, letting them know that he's still number 1 around West Beach, and that's got it. Early ball, outlet, boom. Morton waiting, pushes, goes to Robinson.
We just get inside, shot.
Down low, so that is the passage too, and Bradley Edwards calls Glenelg ball. So Bartlett to bring it back in. Harris just waiting patiently for him.
Now, Shix, there is one other person that I need to give a big shout out to, and that's Chris North from Eagles Lakes, as that's a good save. Went for that off hip again.
Doing the rounds again.
Oh, that's the time. Yeah, Chris North's done an amazing job getting photos out. So if you see him, say thank you, because he does it for the love. And yeah, it's just an awesome one. But full time here, Shix, 9-0. Is that probably what you expected at the start of the day?
Oh, well, look, we'll hope in one aspect it is, Marty. We said they'll struggle to get to 10, and they did. We're probably hoping for Burnside to throw 6 or 7 themselves, make it some sort of a contest. But Cody Watt's pretty good, getting the golden egg, which is a rarity, very hard to come by. So we're talking best on ground.
Especially against a top 4 team.
I'm going for Kay Watts as best on ground today, and I'll say that without the presence of Tony Watts. So that'll give you a indication that I'm going with that.
He's done all right. Now, Braden, what are you thinking on that front?
Clean sheets are very hard to come by, especially in a game like this. So I think you definitely got to reward it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly had a big last quarter as well, when Burnside was certainly trying to break the egg and get the yolk out. But yeah, I'm happy to go with that. We might. I'll run over and go and get Cody in a second.
Yeah.
Did we bring the ladder, or
did we bring the
ladder to get him up?
Step ladder.
Step ladder.
He can use Tony's boots. Just help stretch his legs out.
All right. Well, I'll you and Braden keep talking, and I'll go and grab him, and we'll be back here with him soon.
Couple of nice offensive sets there, Braden. Still, the 10-goal watermark yet to be touched again today.
Yeah, well, I think that they definitely looked a lot more fluid in that second half. Sun permitting, where they missed a few passes and catches, but that's to be expected with the 330 effect.
Yep.
I think that without that sort of sun issue, that they probably would have cracked it today.
Without the sun issue?
I reckon they would have thrown 2 more without the sun. There was at least 2, 3, 4 turnovers late in that second half, sun permitting.
Yep.
I think that Cody's clearing was really good today. I don't think he messed one up at all. Led to a few fast breaks on their own.
Clearing has always been a solid part there of Cody Watts. I guess what has been an issue for him is a young up-and-coming Noah Haskett, who's knocking the door down at the bay for the next goalkeeper. And today's effort really does go to show, and we'll ask Cody about that, how motivated he was to just close that door up a bit and say, hey, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So
he's certainly not falling off due to old age, Cody.
As we will get Cody Watts in, so we might we'll put some headphones on him, mate. So we got put some headphones on, mate. So our friend, the cameraman, can have a chat as well. Turn them on.
I'll pop out of your way.
So Cody, the ever elusive golden egg today, the duck egg, which is hard to come by, isn't it? So close so many times, just to let the previous coach down at the last minute of the game. But today got the 0, which is good. How do you feel about that? We're going double.
It's not working.
Okay. It's the fear, isn't it? You got to put the pressure on. Yeah, well, I was just going to say that was probably. Oh gosh, here we go. Another tyre change. You got me in there?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, well, I thought that man up from Burnside, the last one was probably their best for the day too. Strung together 6-7 clean passes, got a nice shot off the crease, just went wide. Probably had it covered anyway, but I thought it might have been a little bit of a statement game for you.
Yeah, we've struggled. Like, we've got the wins lately, but you know, just haven't put it 4 quarters together. So especially here, probably the hardest ground to get a win at in the state. So good to come here and on a Sunday as well, and get the 4 points.
I mean, it takes a while for all these new players coming in from all these other clubs to gel together, and takes time.
Yeah, it's nice having Kez and Kai and the young guys. So we're building for a young group, and I think we'll be good for a long time.
And personally, a statement to the coaching staff to say,
yeah, we'll keep it the way it is. So,
I'm here, and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, look, just got to every game at a time, and just keep making the statements. So.
Got any special messages to anyone watching at home? We know he'll be watching, right?
Happy that we can get the win. But
No. Lay off the KFC, Dad.
Hopefully he's not here. Haven't seen him yet. So,
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah, no, it's good. Good to get a win.
Good, lovely work, mate. Well done. Outletting was on song today, and fair contribution in that 9-0 victory. So well done, Cody Watts. Well done to Glenelg marching on. When's the next derby day against Brighton?
I think we've got Eagles and a bye, and I think we've got them again.
So that might be after the state series.
Yeah, I think it's like early July. So I don't know if we've got Aussie boys away for that. So, but hopefully Luke and Jack can go away and do what they got to do, and then come back and get ready for finals. So.
Right on. Very good. Well, 9-0 victors. Man of the match, Cody Watts, holding the Burnside Bears to 0. We didn't have a save count for you. You would have had a couple in the back pocket though. What did you come up with today?
I had no idea. I think I got a couple early, but after that it was just a blur. So.
Braden up there.
Double digits, I reckon.
Double, yep. Braden's on top of that sort of stuff, so that was good. Well done, Cody. Good day out here, putting a real dent on the celebrations.
Nothing's better than beating someone in their gala day, so yeah, keep it quiet.
Very good.
Getting that goal differential up.
Yeah.
The save percent.
That'll help. So, but yeah.
Right on, Cody. Good job. Join the team, and we'll welcome Marty back in. We'll close up the commentary duties. Marty, good day.
Yeah, absolutely, Ben. It's a good day. As I said, probably we would have expected a bit of a closer game, but probably a 3-goal game. But
yeah, we were hoping for that.
That's Glenelg's going to be happy with that defensively. Anytime you can put a goose egg on, it's certainly going to be a good one. But yeah, so plenty more coming your way on the channel. So obviously Friday night we're back out at Glenelg.
Glenelg or Brighton?
Glenelg. I'll have to check the location, but if you're watching it, you'll be home anyway. So
that's right. Doesn't matter where you are. Watch it from the comfort of your own lounge room.
Yes, absolutely. But yes, so that'll be a big game coming up on next Friday, weather permitting. As I said, we know we've got a lot of weather coming out, so hopefully we can bring that to you, and it's not too bad. Massive thank you to Braden on the camera and on the mic, pulling double duties.
It's my pleasure.
Hayden, who's our producer in training and doing a tremendous job. Shix, yourself, thank you for being out here.
If you can't tell on Marty's voice, he's absolutely packing it with nerves with the new producer too. He's doing a good job.
Yeah, I'm more than happy for people to be learning that job. And hopefully we can get me off this. Tony, come back. We'll need you sooner.
Take your time, Tony.
Yeah, sorry.
Take your time, Tony.
Take your time.
Take your time.
But thank you, as Tony would say, until the sticks are swinging.
Yep.
We'll see you next time on Lacrosse SA TV.
All right, that's us.